You know that classic odd couple dynamic, right? One person's idea of a perfect night is a good book and total quiet, while the other is practically bouncing off the walls, ready to go out. It's the classic introvert-extrovert pairing. And yeah, it can cause some serious friction. But what if that friction could actually become a source of strength? Well, today we're going to break down how to make this dynamic not just work, but really, truly thrive. So, which is it? The perfect match or a perfect storm? Honestly, the truth is, it can be either one, but the outcome has nothing to do with changing who you are. Nope. It's all about understanding how you're both wired. And that understanding, that's what steers the ship away from the storm and right towards a perfect balance. Okay, so before we jump into the solutions, we've got to pinpoint the real challenge here. And it all boils down to one single, really powerful word: energy. See, it's not about who's more social or who's more fun. It's about how social interaction fuels one of you and completely drains the other. Getting that is step one. It's everything. I want you to think of it like a social battery. For an introvert, pretty much every social interaction is a withdrawal from that battery. And to recharge it, they need to be alone. But for an extrovert, being around people is the charger itself. It fills their battery right back up. And it is so crucial to remember, neither way is wrong. It's just a completely different operating system. So how do you manage these dueling batteries in the real world, like at a big crowded party? Well, the first strategy is just brilliant in its simplicity. You create a secret signal system. It's your own private language for when you're out, and it gets rid of all the guesswork and, those potential arguments later. And let's be super clear about this. This is not some kind of eject button for the introvert to just end the night whenever they want. Not at all. It's a tool for empathy. That little, subtle signal is just a quiet way of asking, hey, quick battery level check. It's all about respecting what both of you need without having to say a single word out loud. Creating your signal is a super simple 3-step process. First up, agree. You both have to acknowledge that your social batteries are just different, and that is perfectly okay. Second, choose. Pick a subtle, nonverbal cue, something that only the two of you will ever notice. And third, and this is the most important step, respect it. When that signal is used, it's a promise to check in and figure out the next move as a team. All right, so you figured out how to navigate the noisy parties. But, the real test of a relationship often comes in those quiet moments at home. And this brings us to our second really powerful strategy: mastering the art of comfortable silence. Now, comfortable silence is not the same as awkward silence. We all know that feeling. No, this is the ability to just share a space. One of you is reading a book, the other is scrolling on their phone, and still feel this deep sense of connection. It's a sign of ultimate security in a relationship, right? You don't need constant chatter to feel close. And this is what it really means to be together without words. For the introvert, it's a total sanctuary. It's a way for them to recharge their battery while still being right there with their partner. And for the couple, it's the shared moment of peace that honestly can strengthen your bond more than any long conversation ever could. Our final strategy. Now, this one might seem a little counterintuitive at first. It's not about the time you spend together, but actually about the time you spend apart. It's about celebrating your separate hobbies, and it's a way to be a really strong couple by first being strong individuals. Think about it. This creates a perfect cycle of energy. The extrovert goes out and gets their social battery totally charged up playing a team sport or meeting friends. And the introvert, they get that precious, uninterrupted alone time to recharge their battery. So what's the result? Both of you get exactly what you need. And when you come back together, you're bringing fresh energy and new stories into the relationship. It is a true win-win. So, when you put it all together, what's the ultimate takeaway here? Well, it's about making a fundamental shift in how you see things. Instead of viewing your differences as this constant challenge, you can learn to see them as your relationship's greatest strength, a source of, perfect balance. Look, success in an introvert-extrovert relationship is never about one person changing for the other. It's not. It's about building a bridge between your two worlds. And that bridge? It's built with tools like a secret signal, a shared love for quiet moments, and a deep, deep respect for each other's independence. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Whether it's agreeing on that subtle signal or maybe just scheduling a quiet night in together, what is the first small step you can take to start building that bridge and creating your own shared language?